This is Dr. Lynn Patrick. I'm here to talk to you about something that I know we'd all rather not talk about, but we do need to talk about it, and that's toxic exposure on planet Earth. Now, we have a new course for the public. We usually only create content for medical audiences here at EMEI Global, but this new course is called How to Survive in a Toxic World and Help Prevent Disease. In other words, how to deal with both everyday exposures we're all vulnerable to, and how to deal with an event like what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, in this early spring of last year. If you don't remember, for some reason, in East Palestine, Ohio, there was a train derailment, the optics for which became a global phenomenon because that derailment turned into a combustion event, otherwise known as a big fire, that unfortunately exposed not only the entire town of East Palestine, but, as we know now, came out later, the plume that contained these very dangerous chemicals went all the way to Canada. Now, because the public health response was so lacking, and I feel like that's the most polite description I can use, we decided that we needed to take all of the information we have as docs who teach environmental medicine and put it to good use for everyone. And so that's what we've done. We put together some basic presentations that in detail tell you what you need to know in order to get ready for and protect yourself and your family from one of these disasters, but also how to deal with what sadly has become very common everyday exposure. So for instance, the wildfire smoke that both the east and west coast of both the United States and Canada have been inundated with in the past several years, these are serious smoke events. So we're going to talk about that. How to deal with indoor air exposures. Now, you know the EPA says clearly indoor air is more polluted than outdoor air. Now, how can this be? Well, we're going to go through this in detail, teach you very economical and basic methods to clean up your indoor air and how to prevent yourself and your family from being exposed to some of these indoor air pollutants. We'll also talk down and dirty about water filtration and air filtration because we've evaluated every technology that exists for both. Now, unfortunately, these are not voluntary anymore. And so having a good air filter and a good water filter are just the basics for staying healthy. I'm going to also talk about some of the studies that have been published recently that really prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is absolutely necessary. Why we have to filter our air and filter our water. So, I hope you're going to find this course not just enlightening, but empowering. That's our goal, is to empower everyone with the information and access that they need to be able to get through both potential events, exposure events, and just everyday life in this toxic world. So I'll see you there.